In this video, we're gonna cover 3 reasons why you should not date a single dad. Now, this video is going to be extremely quick because there are no reasons. Just kidding. Let's get into it because I believe that there are 3 reasons why you should not date a single dad. So welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, you don't know who I am a single dad to this man right here, who's this wonderful little man. He's about 3.5 years old. Correction, my son is actually 2.5 years old, not 3.5. Gosh. And I have been a single dad for probably the past, I would say, almost 2.5 years, which is incredible to think about. Now, I am not a full-time single dad, but I'm a part-time single dad, meaning that I'm in a co-parenting relationship with the mother of Lincoln. And so I see him a week on, a week off. And that's just the truth. And I wanted to cover 3 reasons why you should not date a single dad, because I think it's important for women to get incredibly clear, and maybe possibly men too, you never know, to get incredibly clear on these 3 reasons. And I'm gonna share with those 3 reasons being a single dad myself. So reason number 1 on why you shouldn't date a single dad. If you're unsure that you want kids, like if you're kind of sure, but you're not kind of sure at the same time. Like if there is that little wishy-washy, don't do it. Why? Because I've seen so many parents. I used to work at a recreation center where I'd see kind of like parents come in and there'd be co-parents, there'd be all that kind of jazz come in. And I'd see the way in which some parents would interact with their kids. And I would see that there was some challenges. I'd see that there was kind of like a tension of like, oh, I don't know what to do with you, or that kind of stuff. So if you're unsure that you want children in your life, or you're kind of like, I don't know, maybe I do, maybe I don't do it. Just because, save yourself the time, save yourself the energy, and take some time and think, hey, is this something that I want to do? Because you have to think about it from this way. You're not just affecting the dad's life, you're affecting also the child's life. And so if you're not willing to give your love and you're not wanting to interact and play fully and be there fully because you're kind of unsure, the child will pick up on that and he'll receive that as well. So you want to be incredibly clear that you want kids. And if you're incredibly clear, awesome, go ahead. Because that's beautiful too. Reason number 2 that you shouldn't date a single dad. Are you looking and needing attention 24/7, 365? So now there's a couple things with this that I want to talk about, but it's so true. Are you needing attention? Do you want it always from the man? Because single dads, it's the truth. My truth is that when I'm with my son, I'm with my son. I'm not on my phone. I'm not on this. I'm not there all the time. And that there has to be some time spent away to bond with my son and with myself. And so if a woman, if you need attention, if you need that 24/7, which is okay and beautiful, if that's truly what you do need, then I wouldn't recommend doing that or getting in a relationship with a single dad, because they're busy. They're busy taking care of their son's needs. They're busy taking care of their own needs. They're busy meeting all of those expectations and practices and soccer and this and that and extracurricular activities and going on adventures and all that stuff. Though I do want to talk about one myth. There's this myth that I've actually heard from so many women, is that, oh, you'll never put me first, that your children will always come first. Now that myth is such bull crap. Why? Because it doesn't work like that. The child just doesn't always come first. It's not how it works. Otherwise, if that was the case, I would be with my son 24/7, 365. But the truth is that when I'm with a woman, and when a man is on a date with a woman and they have a kid, that woman in that moment is number 1. Yes, if something comes up, they're gonna have to go and take care of whatever that is. Just like how if you're on a regular date and you find out that your dad has a heart attack, you're gonna go take care of your dad. Or you find out that, hey, my mom passed away, you're gonna go take care of your mom. Or your best friend needs something, you're gonna go help your best friend. That's okay. It's not a conversation of you'll never be first, because you are first. It's just like an ebb and flow. There is no, oh, you're always this, you're always that. It's no hierarchical system. It's no structured. It's not always like that. It's an ebb and flow of like, okay, my son's first. Now you're first. Now I'm first. Now my son's first. Now my extra hobbies are first. Now all of this stuff is first. So you will be first. That's for sure. And you are first. Everything is first, because that's the truth. That is just the truth. So if you're like, oh, but I'll never be put first because the child's always put first, that's not necessarily true. And I wanted to clarify that. But if you are looking for that attention and you're needing that 24/7, 365, then I would recommend not dating a single dad, because that's just the truth. And I would recommend taking a look within and getting clear on why do you need attention? Why are all those things there? Because a lot of those can come from insecurities, and I know that because I've lived that. Bam, bam, 100%. Reason number 3 and why you shouldn't date a single dad. And this one is just super simple. If you're not up for the challenge. So people have this expectation, I think, from media, from social media, from culture, from all that stuff, from Disney, fairy tales, that relationships are this beautiful, just lovey-dovey thing, and that there's no real challenge, and that they're perfect, and that they're never imperfect, and that an imperfect relationship is broken, it's wrong. So don't date a single dad if you're not up for a challenge, because it's going to be a challenge. And to be honest, every relationship is a challenge. Even a relationship without children in it is a challenge. And in a relationship with a parent and with a kid, with someone who, not in a relationship with a kid, in a relationship with the dad, it's going to look different. They both look different. They both have their own unique challenges, and they're both going to be imperfect. They're both going to be messy, and they're both going to be a little bit different. And so with a kid, it's just a different challenge, because maybe you haven't experienced it before. Maybe you haven't experienced having a child and being in a mother role and taking on that role of kind of like a mother and a mothership role, and what that even looks like, and exploring what that looks like, and exploring what it looks like in the co-parenting situation. Like, how do you now interact with the other parent of the child, and how does that go? So there's a little bit more there, and oftentimes people assume that there's a lot of baggage, but that's not the truth. If you're working on your own stuff, if you're conscious, if you're always trying to forgive, you're trying to love, you're trying to be in that space, there's not a lot of baggage, to be honest. And I can tell you that from my relationship with my ex, the co-parent of Lincoln, is that there isn't much baggage there. Like, I appreciate her. I love her. I don't love her. I'm not in love with her. I love her in a very different way as the mother of my son. I see her in that light, and I appreciate her for everything she does, and I tell her that all the time. That invites a space for someone to come in and join that relationship. So there's not much baggage there. Like we get along so well. We co-parent. We do a wonderful job with Lincoln. So if you're looking for things to be perfect, and if you're looking for things to be easy, then I would not recommend dating a single dad, and that's just the truth. Now, out of all of these 3 things, I also want to include that it is totally worth it. Dating a single dad and someone with a child can be the best thing that you've ever experienced in your life, because little children, kids, they do something to your heart that just opens it up, and you experience love like you've never felt before. And they can do things to, like, they increase your curiosity, your wonder, your awe, your joy. Like, when ever since having a son, I've just been a lot happier because they're childlike, and it helps me become more childlike too. So there's so many benefits. Like, you don't get to just love me, you get to love my son, and my son, you don't get to be loved by just me, you get to be loved by my son. So there's so many awesome things that are there, and it's so worth it. That wraps up the video, and we'll do a quick little run through of the reasons why. And I told you it was going to be quick because there's only a couple of reasons. Number 1, if you're unsure and you don't like kids, don't date a single dad. That's just the truth. It's as easy and as simple as that. Get clear on what it is that you want first. If you need attention 24/7, 365, I'd recommend not dating a single dad, because that's probably not going to happen. It's not realistic, and it shouldn't be realistic in any relationship, to be honest. And that's a chance for you to work on your insecurities. And number 3, if you're not up for the challenge and you want it to be perfect and easy and all that kind of jazz, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, and not going to happen with any relationship. So thank you so much for watching and being here. If you're new to the channel, I ask that you do one thing. Hit that big red button, subscribe. That would mean a lot to Lincoln, and mean a lot to I. It'd help us support us on our journey of creating more content, creating more value, creating more videos, and all that kind of jazz. Also, like the video, or give it a thumbs down. If that's really how you feel, give it a thumbs down. Awesome. I want you to do that too. And comment, like, do you know any other reasons why you shouldn't date a single dad? I'd love to hear them, and I'd also maybe love to hear why you should date a single dad, and from your perspective. So much love. I hope you have an incredible day. Peace, love, blessings, so much energy sent to you, and bye for now. I can't wait to see you on the next video.